As I look upon my life, there's a passion inside. Heaven knows I'm living my dreams. As I look upon my life, there's a passion inside. Heaven knows I'm living my dream.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, South Africa. Good morning to the world. Good morning to all the girls and boys out there. Well, it's 2023, a new year, a new beginning. And we all know the direction that we're actually steering toward our goals, right? So yes, we want to take the opportunity to greet you once again for our first show for 2023. And I have with me my co-host, Pastor Leanne Gonzalez, and she's going to greet you before we go into the program.
Hey, Insights family. Well, I would definitely say thank you, Pastor Joan. It is good to be back on the airwaves. It's good to be back with our people, Pastor Joan, our Insights family. And we are ready to kick off the year, like Pastor Joan says, and we are excited for all the conversations that we're going to have and all the connecting and the bonding. We have some great ideas planned for the show, and 2023, we are just going to fly at it. Amen.
Yes, amen. We're going to fly at it, right? So yes, we are actually very, very happy to have you online with us. And today, for today's show, we actually want you to participate, because this is a very important subject, very close to my heart. And I know that you're going to enjoy the show thoroughly because it's the beginning of a new year. And we actually have to work out our year according to what we want to see happening in our lives for the year. So yes, I have Pastor Violet, sy het die ingehardloop. Mense, sy het gevly hier. Ja, sister, vir die begin van die jaar. Jou vision moenie wees om laat te wees nie. No latecomers on this vision. Yes, sister. Greet the people and
beloved.
just tell them hi.
Hi, everyone. I just want to greet you. I'm excited to be here, but I also realized this morning I took my time for God. I first had a lot of time, and then all of a sudden I was interrupted by my helper asking me questions, and then the time just went. So, my vision, Joan, Pastor Joan, for this year, Pastor Lee.
No, I don't want to ask you your vision.
Okay. I must just say, hi everyone. Hi.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
must just greet the
I'm
people.
gonna try
That's
to be
all.
I'm gonna be on time this year. Okay,
Right,
guys.
so our topic for the morning is actually you pack your own chute.
Right.
So why is it that you pack your own chute? So you pack your own chute for 2023, right? And when you pack a parachute, there's different things equipment, and there's different things that you have to see to in order for the chute to actually go up and come down.
Right.
Because if that chute is not packed properly, you can actually die. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I want to actually say you pack your own chute for 2023. And that's why we want to talk on vision. What is your vision for the year? So, I actually went to go research about a parachute and why should we pack our chutes correctly? Yeah. Why should you pack your chute correctly for the year, for 2023? And it says there are malfunctions that happens in the air before you come down.
That's right.
And some of the malfunctions is there's a partial malfunction that is possible to reverse. They say, but a total malfunction means something catastrophic has gone wrong with the canopy development. So the canopy is the top of the parachute, right?
Yeah.
And the parachute malfunctions can be caused by bad packing. It can be caused by incorrect body positions or faulty equipment. And that is, you can actually fall. I researched, and there were so many people, I think it was 13.1% of people
Yeah.
who actually fell to
to
death, because the chute couldn't open in the air.
Right.
And that is what happens. And many times we think that it is so easy,
Yes.
just to go into the year, and we sit around
Yeah.
all the time, every day. We don't know what is our vision for the year. We don't know what we're going to do. So it's so vital for us to understand
Yes.
that we are packing our chutes. Nobody else is doing that for us.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
so you have to
absolutely.
have your own personal vision
Yes.
for your life. And so they also say that when a parachute is deployed, the canopy needs to eject out of the pack and spread out immediately. If it gets tangled because of bad packing, this canopy won't open. Right? So poor body position can cause the chute to deploy incorrectly, as well, causing the skydiver to get caught up in the chute itself. If it's a partial malfunction, an experienced skydiver can often untangle or reverse the problem or the source of the problem. That is if you are skilled and you had many jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
you
you can
experience.
actually,
Yeah.
you experience in
Right.
the skydiving.
Right.
So it is so important for us to understand. So also our lives is like a parachute.
Right.
We have to pack it.
Yes.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
yes,
Our
definitely.
visions are important on a daily basis. So we want to go into it,
Yes.
right? We want to talk on vision. I don't know what you guys want to contribute, maybe to say. So now, what is actually the thing that drives you on a daily basis?
Yeah.
So what is your vision for 2023? If I must ask you, Pastor Lee and Violet, what is your vision for 2023?
What's the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's a necessary conversation to have at the beginning of the year, because traditionally people delve into the resolutions.
Yes.
They make a list of things that they either want to do or they don't want to do.
Yeah.
And I notice about resolutions is that they usually are abstaining lists. There are things that I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do
Right.
that, I'm not going to do
Right.
that. But you raising the topic of vision, which is completely different.
Yes.
Look,
Yeah.
I think in compiling your plan for the year, there are
Yes.
things that you want to kind of take your learnings and
Yeah.
stop yourself from redoing or repeating.
Yeah.
But vision is really something much more profound,
Yeah.
because it allows you to see yourself as the author, or
Of your life.
yes, or but that God is the author and the finisher of our faith.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you can be the author of your life. You can create
Absolutely so.
something
That's right.
from nothing using the creative power that
That's right.
Yeah.
God has given us, and the creative power that you have. And you must be a responsible steward in the sense that you have to be able to steer your life
Yeah.
in a direction and steward your life responsibly and well. So I think that encompasses the reasons why we should have vision for our lives. In fact, I don't know if it's too early to reference, but Dr. Carl, in his book, One Team, One Dream,
Yeah.
Yeah.
references the fact that people don't have personal vision.
Yes.
So it's sometimes we actually have to have a revelation of what personal vision is, and
Yeah.
if we actually have vision
Yeah.
for our lives, and not just a plan or a list of resolutions, something that you want to accomplish or something that you want to
Absolutely
achieve.
so.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to connect our resources and our efforts to something greater and bigger than us.
Yeah.
If we struggle with personal vision, and if we learn how to submit ourselves to that vision and be part of something that grows into something else, we also begin to internalize how we can get better at our personal vision. So if
Absolutely.
I think about vision in that way for this year, it's there's a lot of things that I want to accomplish in my personal capacity and as part of a bigger vision.
Yeah.
Right.
And the more those two factors become cohesive,
Yes.
the better it is for
Yeah,
me.
true.
Because I grow because I'm pushed by a bigger vision, and
Right.
the bigger vision grows because I am lending myself and my support to that. So vision, I think, is a big deal. Anything that doesn't have vision kind of just stagnates.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then you go into that automation of the next day just becoming the next day.
So true.
And we just kind of go on autopilot, and we
Right,
never really
yes.
fully live, achieve, and
Yeah.
we don't surrender ourselves to all that we can be.
Yeah.
Absolutely so. So, Violet,
Yeah.
what is your vision?
You mean besides being on time for this year?
Absolutely so.
Okay. My vision is,
Someone's super mischievous this morning.
you know what, I looked in the mirror this morning and I made a purpose and an intentional decision
Yeah.
to enjoy the day.
Yes,
Yeah.
To have fun
absolutely
for the
so.
day. I looked in the
absolutely
mirror and I
so.
said, girl, don't look
You
at
pack your own shoot for
How-
today, girl. In
Exactly.
happiness.
In
Right,
happiness.
It was
right.
the
Yes,
pink
yes.
Chute vibe.
Maybe it's a pink that's just giving
Yeah,
her-
and actually, you know what? We actually forgot to look into this mirror, so I
Yeah.
sort of want to jump on that.
You want to jump?
Yeah, I want to jump
Girl,
on that.
let me-
So let's change the thing.
Yeah.
Let's ask the question.
Yes.
So the girl in that parachute
Right.
for today.
Yeah.
What is the girl gonna do for today? What do you choose to do
Yes.
while you're in that parachute,
Nothing
packing that
Nothing
parachute?
mischievous. But you know, with on a serious note, guys, you know, life can be so challenging.
Yes.
Sometimes things just happen unexpectedly.
Right.
And for me, I was just pondering this morning and realized that it's a choice that we make every day. When we pack our chute, like you say, when
Very
you
true.
pack that personal chute, it is a choice, a decision that we make. Am I going to allow whatever comes my way today to get me down, you know, or how am I going to handle the situations of you know, whatever comes,
Yeah.
the unexpected things that
Yes.
happens, because life is not even as
Yeah.
it's not stagnant, it's not smooth sailing. There's always something happening. Something I found that I also pondered on was, I think you and I spoke about it yesterday. Time, man.
Time is
I wish I could.
time is money.
I wish I could just hold the
Yeah,
time,
my
because
husband
I
say
don't
time
know
is
if you
money.
guys. Yeah, time is money, and time is precious. And
Absolutely.
you know, I've also realized if we don't seize the moments, if we don't seize the moments with our families, seize the moments with our you know, spouses, our children, our friends, it is going to be, you know, you're going to lose out. One's going to lose out. So yeah, that's my
Right.
reflection for this morning.
So
ma'am.
and what do you think is vision? What is
My
vision?
What
Is
is
vision?
Well, vision is a futuristic thing, and I believe also making reference to Dr. Carl's book, you know, but also
Yeah.
I you know, that vision is the driving force and the motivation behind each and every one of us to live a meaningful life.
Right.
And you know what stood out for me when I read Dr. Carl's book was the fact that he says every human being is a leader. I love that.
Yes.
And I think the
You're a leader
the reason
within
why
yourself,
I
yeah.
love that is
Yeah.
that, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be a leader in the church, a leader in the community, but you are a leader in your home as well. You know, you're setting trends and so on. And sometimes I feel we underestimate ourselves, and therefore it's necessary that we are reminded that we are born leaders, you know,
Yeah.
that there's potential in each and every one of us.
So, Pastor Lee, sorry to break your word.
Yeah.
What did you pack in your shoe today?
I packed in my chute. Well, I have a great attitude, especially concerning 2023.
Yeah.
And second thing I packed is not to sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
I like
to
that.
take more responsibility for my thinking. That's
Yes.
the third thing. So those are the three things that I believe is going to make a difference in my day's arsenal. Or,
Yes.
are those three things. Because if we don't take responsibility for our thoughts, we can let our minds wander.
So true.
And, currently in South Africa, we are not short of hardship and we are not short of challenging situations. And
Yeah.
if we allow our minds to harp on those things, if we allow our words to confess them all the time, we are just
Yes.
going to kind of get into a mental slum. So I think it is a bit of an uphill battle.
Yeah.
But, like the gym instructor said to me yesterday, the strength comes from the hill. So
Wow.
she was
Oh,
talking
nice.
about it in a sense
Yes.
where when you
Yes.
climb, that's when
Yes.
you're actually
Yes.
getting your
So
strength.
true.
And I thought about Caleb when he looked at that mountain at 8 years
Yes.
old and he says,
Give me another mountain.
Yes, I
Yes.
can still take this
Yeah.
mountain. So
Yeah.
I think this time calls us for a different spirit.
Right.
Yes.
And I think that's what I've geared my mind with for
Yeah.
2023. It's like, it's still going to be a bit of a battle, but I'm going to have a different spirit about this year.
Yeah, it's profound because that is actually what I took for myself for the year.
Yeah, he says.
My thoughts.
Yeah.
To channel the thoughts.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I actually bought me a book that says, what is it called? Cognitive Behavioral Patterns.
Yeah.
Therapy.
That
Yeah.
sounds so good.
It's a very good book.
Yeah.
And it shows you actually how
Yeah.
to channel the negative thoughts with the positive. Filter
Right.
the negative thoughts out of your system.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how you can have the positive thoughts, by
Yeah.
putting, like, for instance, the can'ts. I
Yeah.
can't do this.
Yes.
I can't
And
achieve
replace
this.
it
I
with
can't.
I
And,
can.
and replace it with I
I
can.
can. Yes.
And it's so profound for me because I every time go back to the beginning of the book because it is a book that helps me,
Yeah.
because in the country's atmosphere at the moment, it can be depressing.
Yeah,
Very.
it can be.
Looking at the news,
Yeah.
watching or listening to the radio,
Right.
all
Yeah.
over.
Load shedding, for
Load
example.
shedding.
Yeah, you don't have to go far. You can go to your own house.
Your
and
own
be
home, your own
impacted.
home.
Yes.
Yeah.
The impact that it have, in your own household.
Right.
So it can make you depressed.
Definitely.
But you're going to have to channel, and
Yeah.
hence we are talking on vision.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you are not going to put a vision in place for your personal life,
Yeah.
anything
Yeah, it's gonna
that comes
interfere
your way
with you.
is going to
Distract
interfere
you,
with your
yes.
life.
Yeah.
So I want to start off, and as the ladies were saying, we are actually doing vision from the One Team, One Dream book by the author, Dr. Reverend Carl Hendricks. And that is Insights on Leadership. And
Yeah.
this book is actually based on the F1 concept. So if you need a book, it's $250 per set. There's a workbook with it, and it's a reading book with it. So you can work together with the two books.
Yeah.
It's very lekker. It's nice to actually have both the books.
Yes.
So you can actually work with the workbook.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
is a good idea. I
It's
think
a
you'll
very
get,
good
you'll get
idea.
more from it because
Yes.
you'll
Yeah.
answer the questions for yourself.
For yourself.
Yes,
Instead of just
you
being
work
a
it out
one-way
yourself.
thing.
Yeah,
That's
you
No,
work
it
it
is
out
good.
yourself. So I want to ask the first question, as I think Violet already said. What is vision? You said vision.
Vision is like to look at things in a futuristic way. Vision gives purpose,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a
There's
dose of
quite
vision.
a few
yeah.
definitions of
The
what
dictionary,
vision is.
the dictionary
Yeah.
says vision is a passion
Yeah.
in your life.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? It says your vision needn't be static.
Stagnant. Or static.
It can
yeah.
also change over time.
Yeah.
Right? So the dictionary meaning say it is sight. Vision is sight.
Yeah.
Vision is actually the ability to think about or plan the future
Right.
with imagination of wisdom.
Yeah.
So you think about your life
Yeah.
and you plan accordingly.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, what is your future going to look like? That is actually, in a nutshell, what vision is.
Yeah.
You know, and then vision is also a purpose for your life,
Yes.
right? To discover the discovery of a reason for your existence. So I think, to put it plain, vision is actually, why are you existing? What is your passion? What is the
Right.
thing that gets you out of bed in the morning?
Yeah. What's your purpose?
What is
Yeah.
your purpose on the face of the earth? And asking a lot of people, it's strange that a lot of us don't know what our purpose is on the
Yeah.
face of the
and
earth.
that's why they struggle to form a vision.
Right.
Yeah, I think you also have to think about it. And I took something for granted, and this book points it out very nicely because it teaches on vision. It
Yes.
gives you an introduction on what is vision, how to find vision, what does it look like,
You're
how to
right.
plan
Yes.
for vision. So my daughter has now moved into a grade. Last year it was grade 4. And it's a transitionary year where the kids have to kind of gain independence, and they also have to start working and studying by themselves.
Wow.
And then, so something strange happened. Is like I thought about her progress along the grades, and now in grade 4, she's expected to study.
Wow.
But if you are never taught to study, then how
Yes.
will you know how to study?
Yes, yes.
So if someone never spoke to you about vision,
Right.
you can take it for granted that people will know what it is.
Yeah.
And you can take it for granted that if you were
Yes.
not taught on
Yes.
vision,
That's right.
Yeah.
how do I actually make sense
That's
of
right.
vision?
Yeah.
And some people think like, oh, can I actually have a vision?
Yeah.
You know? The percentages here that Dr. Carl references in terms of how many people are just followers. In other words,
Yes,
they
yeah.
take
yes.
all their resource time
Yeah,
and they just
yeah.
surrender to
Yes,
their job.
yes.
Or,
Yeah.
you know, the
They're
activities that
living
they're
someone
involved in.
else's vision.
They're living
Right.
someone else's vision.
Right.
So I don't even think that people realize that you have a right to have a vision for your life. You
Yeah.
have a right to create something, and that should be derived from your strengths, your proclivities, your calling, your
Yeah.
interests. You have a right to have a vision, and if you haven't thought about it, you should think about it seriously.
Yeah, and be true to yourself.
Yeah.
And as you said, take time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sit down,
Yeah.
have that quiet time,
Yes.
and work out. Ask
Yeah.
yourself, but what is my vision for 2023?
Right.
Yeah.
Because you can live and be a follower of anybody else except yourself.
That's right.
Yeah, and then people can lose themselves.
They
and
can,
that's, you know.
you lose yourself in
Yeah.
the interim because you're going to follow any vision that comes your way. Don't you think that is why people jump from?
Ship to ship, yes.
Yeah.
No, that is
Yeah.
true.
And it's so important for young people also.
I think it's vital for young people.
vital for young people to have a vision for their lives. If they don't have a vision for their lives, they'll just allow anybody else, just like you rightfully said, you become a follower.
Yeah.
So if you, for example, have to study and you know you've got to pass matric and you've got to sit down and put time in, your friends come along and they say, hey, let's go here, let's go there. Because you don't have a vision to
You're so
pass,
easily
Yeah.
distracted by
you
anything.
become distracted.
Yeah.
You just follow everybody else's, like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
But if you are focused, you would say, no, I'm so sorry, I have to study.
Yeah.
Because I have a vision, I need to pass a matric or,
Yeah, these are my
or
goals,
my degree
ideals, and
or
this is where I'm
whatever. Yeah,
going.
these are my goals. Okay, the goal leads to the vision.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the point is one needs to have. Remember the beginning of the year
Yes.
when we were talking, and I said, we were asking like, what's your? I said, guys, I don't have a vision right now.
Oh, yeah,
You remember? And I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go along with what she.
No,
Yeah.
but you said something equally wise. Yeah,
yeah.
and I thought your
But-
approach was good. You
Yeah.
can share that.
Right. The fact that because I didn't have a vision, I was going to follow somebody else's, like Joan's vision.
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
Joan, I'm going to join your vision because you
Yeah.
already have your vision in place,
Yeah.
which is not a bad thing. Because to be idle, I can't imagine myself not to,
Yeah.
But in the interim, we had a discussion,
Yeah.
and we actually...
And you found where you connected.
Yes, and with reflection, I found out, okay, so this is my vision. Let me, the other thing that you mentioned about when it comes to the chute
Yeah.
is that when I read about this, packing your chute, you have to repack your chute as well.
Yeah,
Even if
have
you
to.
experience,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
have
as a
As
the
a
sky, you know,
skydiver.
skydiver, you have to repack. Like after 180 days,
Yeah.
they have to repack, or 6 months. They have to make sure,
Yeah.
you know, everything is still in place. And I think the same is for us. And a right
So
time.
you have to revisit
You
your
have to
vision.
revisit your
You
vision.
do, and I think you raised something, and
Yeah.
maybe we can identify it. I think people can be ignited into vision out of submission.
Right.
Yeah.
And we see that in so many ways. If
Yeah.
you connect to, I'll use church as an example
Yeah.
because it's an easy one for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
A church is a place where you are grown and developed into what you need to be.
Yeah, yeah.
But it only comes through submission.
Right.
In other words, first know and understand and submit yourself to something larger than yourself.
Right.
And those things in you will activate, and you will get taught the things that you need to do in order to materialize your vision.
Yeah.
You know what's very great about vision as well, and Dr. Carl alludes to it as well in his book, is that vision does something to who you are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It
so.
changes you. It
Yeah.
gives
Yes.
you excitement.
Yes.
It
Yes.
gives
You
you
thrive.
It's where you get your
Yes.
room from.
Yes.
Yes.
And it makes you look different. It makes you sound different.
Yeah.
People with a
Right.
vision have a different tone on their tongue.
Right.
Absolutely.
And people who don't are kind of surrendered and they succumb to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
you become a
identify-
shadow, yeah.
Yes, you can. You
Yeah.
can identify a visionless person from
With
a
As
goal
opposed to,
goal-directed
yes,
person.
yes.
yes.
It
no.
sometimes is as plain as day. You walk different, you're more deliberate.
Yes.
You know what wastes your time, you know
Yes,
what doesn't. So
yes.
vision looks, smells, and sounds like something.
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely
Awesome.
so. So if we have to define, how do you know what your vision is, and how do you determine or identify your vision? So how do you know that this is my vision, you know, and how do you identify the vision? So vision can often be defined by posing a question.
Yeah.
A question like, this is how you know this is your vision, right? Because a lot of people hear the word, but they don't really understand. So how do I work out this vision? What is the vision?
Yeah.
So if you ask yourself the question, okay, if I must work out my vision, ask the question to yourself. So what is my passion? You know, what's the thing that will be able to drive me? What do I
Yes.
like doing?
What
Yeah.
can't I live without?
Right.
What can't I live
What makes me
without?
enthusiastic?
Yeah.
Excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is actually vision.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, some people will think that it's so, you know, it's as simple as I'm a baker.
Yeah.
My vision is to have a bakery,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, at the end of 2024 or so,
Yeah.
so
Yes,
on.
yes.
And you start baking, and every day when you wake up, you get out of bed because you took orders,
Right.
at a company, and you have to make a certain amount of tins of biscuits.
Yeah.
If I put it that way, that is a vision,
It's so true.
right? That is
So
simple.
It reminds me of my husband and the biltong.
It's a biltong.
Even-
It's a biltong vision.
Yeah, even though he doesn't, you know, many days I can see he's tired.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm tired. But the
But it drives him.
passion,
For the Voltar.
and the fact that people love it, you know, that they love the biltong, the taste of the biltong, that drives him.
Yeah.
That gives him vuma, that keeps him going.
Yeah, the cool
So
thing
it
about-
can be as simple as that, you know?
Yeah, it is, and it'll always be very connected to your purpose. Because sometimes people struggle with purpose as well.
Yeah.
So who you are, if you allow yourself to pay attention to the little things that make you tick, it reveals your purpose, and then you
Right.
take that and you add it to a plan, which is what we
Right.
are referring to as vision.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
think a person who is aware of their purpose in life and has a vision, I think that person is unstoppable.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, there's a saying that goes, a passion drives you.
Yes.
You know, so if you
Yeah.
have the passion within you,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
gonna kick you out of bed in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like with me this morning, I was very excited to be back on the show.
Yes.
Right.
Because it's a passion.
Yes,
It's
yes.
something that you like doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
You
yes.
know, you like to impart in other people.
Yes.
Right.
And you like to empower other people.
Yeah, it is.
You-
And
you-
a vision is hard work, but it always gives more than it
always
takes.
gives
Yeah.
more.
Yes.
It always
It's a sacrifice
always
sometimes
gives
too.
more. That is
Always
the,
a sacrifice.
Yeah.
and don't you think that is the reward
It is.
that
It
you
is.
get if
Yeah.
you see how people evolve, you know, how they grow.
It is how they
Yeah,
transform.
It's so lekker to see that. I just enjoy it. Okay, so a vision is more important than achieving goals. So people will think that vision and goals are the same thing. No, it's not.
Yeah, yeah.
So a vision is what is actually your passion,
Yeah.
right? Goals are what you set to accomplish
Yeah.
Yeah, to
the
achieve
vision,
the-
to
yes.
achieve the broader
vision.
vision.
Yeah.
So there are long-term goals and short-term goals.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so you have to actually say what is your short-term goals for the vision that you
Right.
have, and what is your long-term goals. Because some of us have a vision, like for instance, we said you're packing your chute for 2023.
Yeah.
That is a year vision,
Yes.
right? So when it's the 31st of December, and those fireworks goes off, and you reflect
Yes.
Yeah.
on the year,
We hope you can tick off your.
you know, will you be able to tick off
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the boxes?
Yeah. Right.
That's
And
what
that's,
I was.
and that's a big deal. And I'll tell you why. It's because sometimes people have a vision, but it can't be imported on paper. And
Yeah.
you can't read it. I
Yeah.
mean, a simple thing, scripture teaches us this: make the vision plain.
Yes.
Write it down so you can
Yes.
run with it.
Yes.
It's as simple as that. People like to keep their vision out there, so
Yeah.
grand and so big, but there are no sub goals,
No lines.
and no
Yeah.
deliverables,
No timelines.
Right.
and anything that can't be tracked can't be measured.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
And so you have this vision and it exists there
Yeah.
in space and in
Yeah.
your imagination.
Yeah.
But if you can't write it down, and if you
Yeah.
can't measure it, and
Yeah.
if you can't see progress,
Right.
then it was just an ideal, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. And many of us, that's why we have so many people with excellent ideas,
Yeah.
but no fruition,
Execution,
no
yes.
no execution.
Right.
You know, they
Yeah.
can't accomplish the idea that they
Yeah.
have, and the idea is excellent and can generate a lot of money.
Yeah.
But because there's no timelines,
Yeah.
there's no short and long-term
Term
goals.
goals.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the end of November, by the
Yeah.
end of the middle of the year, June, July,
Yeah.
I will be able to do this
Yeah.
part of the vision.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, you know, I want to see it fulfilled. I
Yeah.
want to see
Yeah.
that it's done.
And
you know?
before the end of the year, there's the end of the week, there's the end of the month, there's the end of the quarter.
Right.
Absolutely.
So we must always attain for the next milestone or stepping
Yes.
stone.
Yes.
So the goals are actually the how.
Yes.
So the vision comes first.
Yeah.
You need to have the
Yeah.
vision, and
Yeah.
the how will follow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So once the vision is there, the way the mind works, you know, the mind will just follow where your vision
That's
is.
right.
Yeah,
If
then-
you have no vision, there's no there won't be any goals. There won't be anything happening in your life, because that's just how the mind is it's
Yeah.
wired.
No,
you
it
know?
is.
Yeah, so
you've-
the
you've
vision is
gotta-
the how.
The how.
The how.
The
And then the
goal
goals is
how.
the
goal
goals is the how, and the vision is the why.
Yes.
Why am I doing
Why
it?
am I doing
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Why am I, why do I want this
Yeah.
vision
To happen, yeah.
to happen?
Dr. Carl said something, and I had to think about it twice. He says that the vision must be realistic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, usually, visions are kind
Yes.
of grand and big and almost
Yeah. It's a
impossible.
dream, yes, yeah.
But I like the fact that he said they must be realistic.
Yeah,
because
it must be.
If your mind can comprehend that I can actually accomplish this,
Right.
you can just set the steps in place in order
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
But if your vision is so grand and unattainable,
Right,
no,
right.
it will stay in what we can refer to then as a pipe dream.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
where it
yeah.
stays in that kind of
Yes.
category.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that a
Yes.
vision is realistic.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you kind of work backwards when you are setting your plan or
Yeah.
your purpose. So you have the big idea, and then you start going back and saying, okay, let's track this in bite sizes.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's phase it out.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
see how do we accomplish those
Yeah.
little things.
Yeah.
Right.
And that is the how. The magic is in the how.
Yes.
And that will help us in our discipline and our
Yes.
consistency.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the big is there,
Yeah.
but the magic is in the how.
It's in the how.
Yes.
That's right.
How am I going to accomplish
Yeah.
Right.
the why?
Yeah.
You know,
Because
yes.
it alludes to the fact, and I think that we've heard this before as well, that how do you eat an elephant?
Yeah, but by bit.
But by
yeah.
bit. So the elephant is like the
It's a
vision
big
or the
thing,
dream
yes.
that looks unattainable.
Careful there.
But, you know, one has to then,
Yeah,
like,
break it down.
like you said, break it down into, like, step by step. Just like one step at a time, one day at a time, to get to that vision, to, you know, that is in front of you.
Yeah, because it's a good thing to have a vision on paper.
Yeah.
But the execution, the action,
Yes. Yeah.
you know, the movement.
Right.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
You know, Nike say, just do
Just
it.
do it. Yes.
Do it.
So you just have
Yeah,
to do
you
it.
just have to-
Just do it.
Just do it.
Yes,
Just do it. So
yes.
that is what it is. So why now? To go back, vision is the passion, right? That
Yeah.
you have for your life. What is it that you want to accomplish
Yeah.
at the end of 2023? How are you going to pack your chute for 2023? You have to have vision. You have to have vision. That's
Yes.
vital.
Yeah.
So then we break vision down. Then we say vision is, why am I doing
Yeah.
what I really want to do?
Yes.
Right? Then you answer that for yourself. Then you
Right.
ask yourself, so, okay, to accomplish this vision, how am I going to do it?
Yes.
You know, so I am going to actually break it down in month to month. By the end of Feb, I will write, if my vision is, because I am actually trying to write a book that I just can't get done with.
Okay.
But anyway,
You've got a couple of years still.
but no, I don't.
No,
I
she's
don't.
here
I
to
don't.
produce a
This
book.
year, this
Actually
year,
put a
this year,
timeline.
this year. So this year,
Yeah.
I put it in again
Yeah.
because I was saying to Violet, when I looked the 31st of December and I
Didn't write a page.
I checked out that your Joan,
Yeah.
you were between two books.
Yeah.
And that is why you couldn't get. You must do the one and stick to the one until that one is done.
Yeah.
And then you go over to another one. You know, so I was saying to her, I couldn't tick those boxes.
But you repack your chute and you say, you know what?
Yes.
I need to spend more time on this writing. I need to do that, and it is. I love the fact. I love the fact that we get to repack our chutes.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think about it. If I think about packing bags for my family, my husband, and my
Yeah.
children. And if I think if you let a child pack their own bag
Yeah.
to go somewhere,
Right. Oh my God.
I mean, it's filled with very comical things. But, you know, before you go, you repack the bag and you say,
Right.
oh, no, this is not going to work. This is not
Yes,
going to work.
yeah,
You'll
yes,
need this,
yeah.
you'll need this. You've got
Yeah.
everything but no toothbrush.
Yeah.
And I like the idea that we can evaluate ourselves like that after every year.
Yeah.
Because if we can't be honest about our growth and our shortcomings,
Yes.
then we won't be realistic in how we approach, you know, anything
Yes,
bigger.
yeah.
And that's the
Yes.
thing I think about vision,
You
is
know-
our ability to be honest even
Now
about
you-
things
you-
that are hard.
Absolutely.
You make me now think about what if my vision is in almost like incorrect, if that's
Yeah,
for
it
a lack
can
of a
be.
better word.
Yeah.
It's
You
too
know,
hard.
you
to
reminded me
achieve.
now of that. It's too hard. It's unachievable.
Or it
it's
needs to be
unattainable.
reworked.
Or it needs to be realigned,
Yeah.
reworked,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
What happens in a case like that? Should
I think
should
that's why you
give
can
up?
repack.
Should I-
No, you never give up on a
just
vision.
repack
Should
that
I
chute.
You just repack the chute. Go
Right.
back.
Yeah.
Check the chute out.
Yeah.
What equipment am I gonna need?
Yeah. Or
You
what
know?
did I do
Or
wrong?
What did
or
I
what
do
did,
wrong
did I
there?
not do?
If the vision
Yes.
failed,
Yeah.
repack it.
Right.
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
And
right.
go back and check out.
Yes.
So how did I then fail on this one?
Yeah.
What did I do wrong?
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what can I change on it?
Yes.
You know,
yes,
so
yes.
your vision can change.
Yeah.
And that is why you find a lot of students at first they want to become a doctor.
Yeah.
But when they're in the profession,
They find it too
feel
hard, yes.
that no, this is not for me.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
Yeah, because they didn't
Right.
ask the second, third, and fourth questions.
Questions.
Yes.
You see,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
so it's don't give up. Don't give up on that dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But go back and say, okay, in this field, I know I like something else.
Yeah.
You know, let me rather be a what is the chemist?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. A pharmacist.
A
no?
pharmacist.
Yeah.
Let me rather be a
I
pharmacist.
cannot be a medical doctor, but
Let
I can
me be a
still be in the
pharmacist.
medical field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I can
So-
divert, my
Yeah.
studies.
And we assume we know everything, but
We
yeah,
don't.
we have to have a bit of humility and realize that
No, we don't
we're
know
going to make
everything.
mistakes. We don't know everything,
Yeah.
and that's okay. But I
Yeah.
think the key is to learn lessons quickly.
Yeah.
Because if we stay and you can live in a pit of discouragement for very long.
I love that.
And
I
if
love
we would just be human enough to say, you know what, it didn't work out.
that. Yes.
Let me swallow my pride.
Yes,
Let me take my
yes,
learnings and let me
yes.
move on.
That's a
Moving
very
on
important
is
what
necessary
you're
for
saying there.
progress. Yeah.
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 Because
So
sometimes
it's actually
people,
checking, do you have the right vision?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Sometimes
that is
people
why you
give
go
up on their
back.
dreams.
They give up.
Just
too
because
easily
of one
also.
thing that you, yes.
Yeah, and sometimes your ideals can be misplaced, you know.
Yeah.
It goes back to the realistic thing.
Yeah.
You have to ask the why.
The vision
Yeah.
It's like,
must
why
be
do I want to
realistic.
do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be realistic.
Yeah.
It must be achievable.
Yes.
You know, you must be able. Don't because someone else now have this big vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you also wanna have a big vision,
Yeah.
and you think it looks good.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but it's not achievable
That's
Yeah.
right.
for
That's
you.
right.
Or it was born out of incorrect motives.
Yeah.
Yes,
And then it will just crash.
it will crash.
So true.
You know what's cool about vision? You can become better at it.
Yeah.
And I think
That
about
is so lekker about it.
It
Yeah.
is. The more you work it and the more you kind of stick to a pathway, the better you can become at it. And if I think about Tony Robinson says something that always kind of sticks with me.
Yeah.
Because we can kind of plan for a year.
Yeah.
But have we cast our